Hello and welcome to my studio. I'm Lisa Concannon. I'm a painter living in Austin, Texas. I paint in acrylic and watercolor. And today I'm going to teach you how to just let go in your watercolors. I was very intimidated by watercolors when I first started out. And this is one of my favorite processes to come back to when I just need to relax and paint, and you will end up with a very beautiful painting in the end. So I'm going to show you everything you need and we'll get started. Here's what we're doing today. And this border will be optional. It's perfectly fine if you don't want to do that at the end. It's gorgeous without it. I'm just going to be working on a 6x8 piece of watercolor paper, just a basic cold press, heavyweight. You can do this in a sketchbook for your first time if you want. That's kind of what these papers are to me, really. Some regular matte watercolors, as opposed to what I will also be using, my metallics. Round watercolor brushes, whatever size you're comfortable with. I'm using a 12 and maybe an 8. Doesn't really matter. I've got a gold ink pen for this finishing option, black acrylic paint for the finishing option, and most importantly is the water bottle, a spray water bottle. You can see this one is very well loved and used in my acrylic paintings too. I love to use a lot of water. Just a little jar of water, a paper towel. Always have a paper towel handy when you're working with watercolors. And let's get started. I've got a piece of tape that I am going to, rather than taping down my paper, I'm just going to tape it down this way so I can go all the way out to the edges. I am going to take my spray water bottle and I'm going to activate my watercolors by spraying them down. And I'm also going to spray down my paper. Not just get some spray down, you don't have to totally make it soaking wet, just a mist, and that is how we're going to start. I'm going to go ahead and get my brush wet, take out a little excess, and I'm going to start with a pink red kind of color, and I'm going to just start dabbing it into that water that we sprayed on to start our floral. I'm not going to go into the center, I'm just going to go all around these edges. So we're basically working wet on wet. I like to work with it wet because I like all these colors to run together. So I've put some reds and pinks around loosely. You can dab it. You can even splatter. One of my favorite things to do. I'm going to get into some greens. I'm going to work kind of fast here just to give you a general idea. And I'm going to put in some greenery. We're going to let all these colors mix together because we like that. We're letting the paint do what it wants, and that is the freeing, relaxing part. We'll get back to it when it's dry a little bit. Oh, just play. Don't even think about it. Just have a good time. It's not that serious. Make some marks. You can even take the back end of your brush because that's just what's so beautiful and interesting when these are done, is kind of what's going on back there. Like a field of flowers, wildflowers, or any kind of field anywhere. Lots of stuff going on, lots of movement. One of my palettes here, this is a Lucas watercolor palette, has this metallic gold. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that metallic gold on my brush while this is all still wet, and I'm just going to do some more mark making in kind of a flower petal design. Just a few beautiful sparkles when it's dry, all mixed into that background. Maybe just some dots here and there. Isn't this fun? It's just loose and freeing, and we're letting the paint tell us what it wants to do. So let that dry a little bit. I added some more red for more of a flower there in the center. And at this point, it's dried a little bit. I would start getting into some of my metallics. I'm not going to go too heavy into that right now because I don't know that anyone out there has any, but I would just start doing some touches with my metallics. And also at this point, I would maybe grab some more green. This is drier. And I would just probably do a more kind of obvious stem down here, just like that. Look at that beauty. So this has been drying for about 5 minutes. It's, you know, still moist, but getting dry. So if you want to add berries, now is a good time to do that. I had berries in the demo, and I'm going to do some just right here. And I want to show you a great trick for berries to get that highlight in, is you just leave a blank space around your circle that you're doing for your berry. You have an instant highlight. I'm going to do bright red berries. It'd be really pretty to add another color like a smoky bluish or purple or dark burgundy. But I just want to do this real quick to show you some berries. Berries just always add a nice touch, I think, to any painting. You can let that dry and add little stems, or you can just use the back of your paintbrush like we did earlier to get some scruffy stuff going on. And so now let this all dry, and I'm going to show you how to finish it out with the black paint. Before we move on, I want you to look at your painting and look at all of the beautiful details and marks and just appreciate what you've done today. It's probably not going to look like mine because we all have our own unique style of mark making and the way we do our brush strokes, so just appreciate that and be proud. Now, I happened to have this small 5x7 oval canvas laying around my studio, and that's what I used as my template for this final step. I just traced it with a pencil. So you can do this if you want. You don't have to. I just thought it was a fun way to finish things out. I went ahead and did my mark, and then I got a square brush and my black acrylic paint, and I painted all the way around it. So what if you don't have a oval canvas laying around? See what else you can find in the kitchen. Maybe you have a little square plate, a little square dish or candy dish or something like that. Or maybe you just want to wing it and try to just paint around it freestyle. You can just do whatever you want. It really doesn't matter how you finish it, but I did like the effect of this. Okay, and now what you can do when this paint dries, if you have a gold ink pen or gold paint, you can then accentuate the border around that with gold if you'd like. I think it gives it a really pretty vintagey kind of feel. I hope you enjoyed this little mini tutorial. Feel free to leave me a message in the comments if you have any questions or anything like that. And I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel, and I will continue to try to come up with fun little things to share with you. Thank you so much for painting with me. Bye.